Hi there, good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. So I'm here Monday night to do look back at a classic rock album. The album we're doing tonight is from Jethro Tull. This is the A album. So this album came out in 1980, August the 29th, 1980. Originally recorded at Mason Rogue Studio in Fulham, London, and Mason Rogue Mobile in Ragnad. So this is about 32 and a half minutes long on the Chrysalis label and produced by Ian Anderson and Robin Black. So I didn't really know what to expect from this album too much, but because we had a whole new group of people, or quite a few new group of people here on the album, this originally was supposed to be a solo album by Ian Anderson, and he did not want to release it as a Jethro Tull album. But after my initial misgivings about the album, because I've heard other Ian Anderson albums, they tend not to sound too much like Jethro Tull, a little bit there and there. This one is, I think, very good. So on this album, Ian Anderson on vocals and flute, Martin Barr on guitar, and the two new rhythm section guys, Dave Pegg on bass and Mark Craney on drums. In addition to that, we also have a special guest here. Yes, we do. This is Eddie Jobson, so everybody will be drinking now, I guess. Keyboards and synthesizers, also playing some electric violin on the Pine Martin jig. I think he adds quite a bit to this album. This is one of the more, I think this is one of the better Jethro Tull albums for keyboard parts. So there are a total of 10 tracks on here, and this particular version of the album does not have any bonus tracks, which is kind of rare. This came out, it doesn't say, actually, this could be the original disc form. I think it is. It's not an upgraded disc or a special edition or a mastered or any of that stuff. Anyways, 10 tracks in total. Strong album. Most of the stuff here I gave 7s or higher. I like this album quite a bit, and it kind of surprised me. So once I got past my initial negative feelings about the album and gave it an open mind, I found it to be very good. So it's got a lot of that classical Jethro Tull sound, fast-paced, lots of heavy guitar parts, great riffing, some folky parts. His voice is fantastic. There's some backing vocals here that's quite good. Lots of complex instrumental stuff. The lyrics are great. So everything that you want in a Tull album, this one definitely has, in my opinion. So starts out with Crossfire, opening track. Catchy opening track, really good. Catchy guitar riff. The vocals are strong, typical of Ian Anderson, and a very up-tempo prog rock song. Next up is Flying Dale Flyer. This has got some keys and synthesizer opening part, which is pretty interesting. Vocals are multi-harmonizing vocal parts. Lots of that on this particular track. Up-tempo beat, heavy rhythm section with some key, flute, and guitar part that kind of mixed together, really adding that typical Jethro Tull sound to it. I found this to be a catchy tune. One of the better tracks on the album. Working John, Working Joe. I like this a lot. It's more melodic. Nice acoustic guitar, folky vocal opening. Some heavy parts, catchy vocal driven track, I think. Guitars are heavy, bitey at times, and a nice drifting kind of riff. Some guitar soloing part and keyboard soloing part, both of them kind of around each other, pretty solid. The next track out wasn't on what I was listening to originally, so I had to go back to the album. This is Black Sunday. Nice synthesizer keyboard driven opening. Picks up tempo. The guitars are fast and dominant. catchy, complex upstaging type of sound. Vocals are typical, folky, and dominant as well. This is also a very good track on the album. Next up, we have Protect and Survive. This is a good, solid track, fast-paced, driven primarily by the drums and the flute at the beginning, but there are some other instrumentation in there as well. It does slow down more melodic, and very folky-like vocals. It does pick up again and then is driven by the drums and the guitar this time. So pretty strong song, I think. I'm going to flip over to the back half of the album. So Batteries Not Included is next. Typical length. Most of the songs on here are between 3 and 5 minutes, except for one track, which is over 6, which is Black Sunday. Batteries Not Included. Nice synthesizer. Opening and driven by the synthesizers. It just picks up and becomes more fast-paced. The keyboards, at least, anyways. And the bass and the guitar are pretty strong on this as well. It's a nice, heavy, fast-paced track. Lots of keys, and the vocals again multi-layered, really interesting. Next up is Uniform, another good solid track here. Complex instrument to open, fast-paced. The drums, guitar parts are really quite fast on this. The bass gives a fantastic background stuff, like really fills in that void, so it doesn't feel thin at all. Vocals strong, clear, but are also recognizable, like very easy to understand what he's saying. On this track, also you have a violin solo, which I think is excellent and continues to dominate throughout the track. And then you have a drum part, which is also pretty damn strong as well. Pretty solid song. Next is 4WD, this is a slow opening with a kind of a bass and flute dominated part at the beginning. Guitar comes in and becomes more dominant. The piano and the vocals work within the parameters of the song. They're not too outstanding. They're not too far in the background. The solo was ripping, catchy piano part, and synthesizers at the end. Pretty good, pretty solid song. Next is probably the best song on the album. This is called the Pine Martin's Jig. I like this song the best. Opens with a nice flute-dominated and drum-dominated part. You get some violin-like sound in this harmony, so I'm assuming it's the electric violin. Catchy up-tempo folk track with some catchy acoustic guitar parts and just an overall catchy sound. This is like really a beat-type song. The guitar solo is very high-end, very distorted. It's an excellent track, probably the best on the album. And then the last track on the album, which is called Further On, also one of the longer tracks on the album. It maybe probably, to me, is probably the weakest. So you got the best track followed by the worst track on the album. But this is not a bad song. It's a bit of a low-energy track, some synthesizer piano opening. It's kind of low-ended. The piano becomes more prominent, but still very subdued sounding. The vocals quiet, but have that kind of a forlorn sound to them, and fairly lengthy. Goes on for a fair bit of time. Overall a more subdued, folky track. The song kind of fades, and then there's this long period at the end, probably 30 or 35 seconds, where there's nothing. It's like it ends, and the song doesn't end, but the music ends, if that makes any sense. So pretty catchy album. I like it. I think it's definitely in the upper echelon of Jethro Tull albums, which is saying a lot because they have a lot of really all-star type albums. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to comment about Jethro Tull or about this album in particular, you're welcome to do so. And we will see you all next week with another album from Look Back at a Classic Rock Album. Take care and have yourself a good evening. Goodbye.